12 weekdays of Christmas, hooking up with our friends at Heritage Trust Federal Credit Union. Give you a chance to win a prize every day, every weekday for the next 12 days, starting tomorrow. And every day we pile on one more prize. You win today's prize plus whatever we've already given away.
That's how it works.
So that means everybody for the 12 days will win a pair of Miranda Lambert tickets.
You bet. That's right.
And we've got some Darius tickets we're going to throw in there.
That's right.
And some other great stuff. It all starts tomorrow morning, courtesy of Heritage Trust Federal Credit Union. You guys know who... what's his name? Mark Burnett.
He's a Survivor guy.
Yeah, the Survivor guy. You know,
all the reality guys.
That sounds like the music they play at the beginning of all of our programming meetings back there.
Well, a lot of times it is like Survivor.
Yeah, it really is. But anyway, he has come up with a new concept for a show, which I think is going to be interesting. Number one, did you know he's married to that woman that played the angel on TV? What's her name?
Della Reese?
No, the other one. He's a little too young for Della. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Roma Downey.
Yeah,
Roma Downey.
All right.
That's his wife. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're married. I didn't know that either, but they are. They're married.
Wow.
And you know who their best friends are?
Who?
Joel Osteen and his wife.
The evangelist?
Yeah. That's who they hang out with. They go over when they, what do you want to do tonight? I don't know. Let's go over and see Joel. And they run down the street and go see Joel. And they hang out together.
Well, that's cool.
I mean, that's I don't, because in the past I've looked at that guy on TV, and he has his church in a football stadium. I mean, basically it's an old basketball stadium.
It's the old Staples Center in Dallas or Houston.
And I'm saying this guy's got this. I mean, that's huge. Mm-hmm. I mean, that monster. What kind of life does this guy? Because I've never seen anything about his private life.
Well, he's never done anything. He's not one of those guys that they've done anything wrong.
Yeah, he's
never been. He's always
never been in a scandal.
And he's biblically based, and he's one of the good guys.
But I just wonder what kind of life he has. I mean, the only time you ever see him is at the Staples Center. When he's on stage and with that headset on, and there's 70 million people sitting there at every church service every week. And I just curious, does he live in a giant house?
I'm sure.
Or does he live in an apartment? Or does he live on a boat?
I'm sure he lives.
Or does he have kids? Does he play tennis? I'm just curious what kind of guy he is. And I don't know anything about him, except that he reminds me of Doug McElveen's brother.
Gary?
Gary McElveen?
Yeah.
Really?
Every time I see him, I think Gary McElveen. That's what he's doing now.
He's one of the ones where if I'm flipping through and he's on, he usually has a message that you can take it with you and understand and apply it, a practical message.
Like if you start praising your wife, if you start telling her how beautiful she is and how glad you are to have her in your life, every day we should be saying, I appreciate you being so kind. And you know what? You're a great mother to our children. I'm so glad I can always count on you. Men, speak the blessing over your wife, and you'll see that lady rise to a new level.
In my case, I need my wife to say, speak that blessing on me, and then I'll rise to a new level.
Well, if you do that, then you get that in return.
Oh, is that how it works?
That's how it works.
Well, anyway, they're hooking up for a TV show, a reality TV show.
Is it going to be
Joel Osteen
and Mark Burnett?
Mark Burnett.
They said they don't have a deal with a network yet, but that's not a problem.
Well, what's it going to be about?
They say that they will find people who will go for a week or 2 weeks, whatever the time limit is, several days, and they will travel with Osteen somewhere in the United States.
Like at one of his conferences?
No, they're going to go fix something. That's the way they described it. They said that they will agree to travel with him on a mission somewhere in the United States to fix something.
Well, they already have a show, something like that, where they rebuild these houses and stuff.
Type in.
Well, but
I don't think he's going to be doing construction.
I don't think that's.
They're fixing stuff.
That's
there.
I think it's going to be fixing something, like somebody's been wronged, maybe, or
like
more of an emotional situation.
30 years ago, or
yeah, they stole that money 30 years ago and took it back.
What you're talking about? You can do something
I don't
like
know.
That?
I don't know because that's kind of like what is that TV show his wife was in, wasn't it? Isn't that what they did? Didn't she just show up in people's houses and made them give back money they stole 30 years ago and stuff like that? Wasn't that what that show was all about?
You talking about Touched by an Angel?
Yeah, that's it. Wasn't that what they did? They just traveled
maybe
around.
That's what they're going to do. It's kind of a
Highway to
reality.
Heaven. I'm thinking about Highway to Heaven. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, because that guy on Highway to Heaven, his beard had a white streak in it, and I get that confused with that Della Reese, that white streak in her hair. I used to confuse those two shows all the time.
I could see wow, that.
But anyway, they're going to work this thing out, and then you would volunteer to be a missionary with Osteen and go somewhere and do something and fix something.
Oh, I think that's a great concept.
You think that's a good concept?
Yeah,
It's
I would
like
watch that to
it's
see
a mission reality show.
Exactly.
It's called Mission Possible.
Is that what it's called?
I'm just saying that might be a good name for it.
Could be.
That's a whole new level of reality TV, though, don't you think? I mean, that's reality TV doing something nice.
Yeah, somebody would benefit from that.
Do you think people will watch it?
I would watch it just to see what it's like. I don't know if I'd stay with it, but I would check it out to see what it was like.
Because they say people they won't buy into nice. People don't buy nice.
Oh, I don't believe that.
They want to
successful.
They want to see death,
Turmoil
doom, destruction, sex, and blood.
I agree with Ricky. I think people do buy into nice.
I
think they like to see nice and they buy into it. Now, whether they hang with it as long,
That's the problem. Will they hang with it? It might run a season, but does it have legs? I mean,
it's got to be interesting, though. I mean, it can't be all soupy and
same thing every week.
Yeah, and there's got to be some sort of consequence, and a prize. And if there's a reality show, I think it has to have a prize.
You think?
Yeah, and
well, we're fixing the problem. Whatever the problem. That's the prize.
Maybe that's it. I don't see this being NBC, CBS, or ABC, but I could see where this, would be a reality show on TLC or Lifetime Network or Oprah.
He's going for a big network.
He
says this is going to be prime time on a real network.
Well,
prime time.
Look what he did since Survivor. I mean, he's drugged.
Well, I mean, yeah, he can call anything he wants.
Well, if they make people eat rats on this show, I mean that's.
Well, I think that's what maybe they'll go to places where people eat rats, and they'll teach them how to cook chicken.
Okay.
I mean, they'll fix
they
things.
already have something like that on the Cooking Channel. That guy that tries all that weird food.
Well, I mean, these people can't help it, though. They're eating it because they have to. Maybe that's what kind of missions they're going on. Mission Possible. I think that's what they ought to call it, don't you?
Well, you ought to send them an email.
I think I will right now. You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.